Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I got another deck profile update for you guys today. This time it's on my Lost World Dinosaurs, and yes, I made updates now that Miscellaneousaurus is back up to 3. So dinosaurs are back at full power. Miscellaneousaurus really gave this deck a major power boost that it needed to basically compete better against the meta. And honestly, I think this deck could potentially be one of the top 5 meta decks now. I mean, a lot of people are thinking that dinosaurs are just that good, especially because Tyranno's broken. He's like literally the best boss monster. He's crazy for this format. He takes care of Thunder Dragons, just even the Endymion Pendulum, because they fill up their boards with so many monsters, and you don't have to activate effects with Tyranno. You can just attack all monsters since he's primarily strong enough. And with the pure variant, you can just summon him the correct way, so you don't have to like neg on a double evolution pill half the time. So anyway, let me go and show you what I got this time around. Alright, so starting off, you're going to be playing 3 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This guy's your primary boss monster, and as I mentioned, he's the most broken boss monster, because whenever he attacks a monster in defense mode, he doesn't destroy, he sends them. Of course, you get to choose whether he sends it or not, but we'll get to that more later. Next, we got Soul Eating Oviraptor as your main starter. Gets you your dinosaur monsters, or you can dump any dinosaur monster you want, like Quatlus, for example, or even Miscellaneousaurus if you wanted, but it's really up to you and how in the current situation. Next, 3 Miscellaneousaurus. This card gives you all the protection you need. It basically is a hand trap. So during either player's turn, you can dump this from your hand to the grave, and your dinosaurs are unaffected by card effects only during the main phases. So once you enter the battle phase, the protection is gone until the next main phase. So yeah, Miscellaneousaurus is powerful. He's broken, but he's got his limitations. But another good effect about him is that you can banish him plus any number of other dinosaurs in your graveyard to summon another dinosaur equal to the level of the ones you banish. So like if you banish 4 dinosaurs, you get to special summon a level 4 monster. So yeah, and that was probably one of the reasons why Miscellaneousaurus was at 1 in the first place, but he's back, so can't complain anymore. Next, 3 copies of Dinosaur Pankratops. Since this is primarily a going second deck, Pankratops is just there, to help you get figure out how to get around floodgates. I know we have the new Mystic Mine thing, which honestly I think is going to suck, but I'm kind of already prepared on how to deal with that. So, but either way, Dinosaur Pankratops can still deal with other floodgates, like there can only be one, which would really hurt this deck. So, yeah. Next, 2 copies of Vortex Quatlus. I was running it at 1, but I think 2 is more efficient now, because now that you can actually recycle all your dinosaurs more effectively. It's a good way to recycle your Miscellaneousaurus, your Giant Rex, in case you accidentally banished it twice in the same turn, or if you banish like any other dinosaurs that you'll need later. So Quatlus will definitely help you out. And plus, you negate spells and traps. Next, 2 babies to special summon any level 4 or lower dinosaur if it's popped by an effect, and 1 petite, which lets you summon any level 4 or higher dinosaur if it's popped by an effect but can't attack. But it's a good way to turbo out your Dinosaur Pankratops. That way you have some form of disruption ready. 1 Jurek Aelo. This is the dual terminal one. I'm surprised this one really spiked up heavily in price. It's like $20 now. So if you guys need to get a Jurek Aelo, just get the super rare from Hidden Arsenal. I think it's still like $4 or $5, and that'll do you just fine. And lastly, 1 Giant Rex for our main dinosaurs. This card's just really good because it's a 2k beats deck and gains 200 attack points whenever it's returned from the banish zone. So for every dinosaur that is banished, so pretty good. For our hand traps, I'm only playing 6, 3 Ash, 3 Valor, and that's it. And if y'all notice, I'm not running Kaijus in the main, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Moving on to spells, playing 3 Fossil Dig. It's the best card in the entire deck. Lets you search out any dinosaur you want as long as it's level 6 or lower, so it's Rhoda. Lost World. Everyone knows what this does by now. It's also a good way to just turbo out your dinosaurs, especially like babies, because you try to save the tokens that you give to your opponent, and just keep summoning out more monsters. 2 Terraforming, double Evolution Pill, 2 Called by the Grave, and for my one-ofs, new spicy tech option I like to run now, 1 for 1. In case of like, let's say I open up with Giant Rex, because usually I'd rather not open up with him. This card kind of just helps me get him to the graveyard, that way I can banish him with Tyranno or something, and bring out Jurek Aelu. So basically it's like I'm playing 4 copies of Miscellaneousaurus in some regards. But of course, I am running the one gold Stark so that way I can banish the Giant Rex and bring it back. That way I have a monster out ready and just kind of Link or Exceeds climb from there. One Foolish Burial, and then of course Monster Reborn. So 41 cards in the main deck. Alright, so moving on to the extra deck. Playing one Reaperdocus. Just helps you turn Enduric Elo into an Earth monster. That way you can go into Nat Beast later. One Pentastag. Like I said, the sending effect of Tyranno is optional, so if you want to give Tyranno piercing damage, well, there you go. I got my usual Nightmare package of Phoenix Unicorn. Topological Trace Bana, which is going to be very relevant in this format because a lot of back row decks are coming back. So, in fact, even more than now that we have that Mystic Mind Burn. So if you can get rid of that field spell and bring out Trisbana, you can just banish all those spells, or all those spells and trap cards, mainly trap cards, and burn your opponent back for 500 points of damage for each one. Next up, Surge Skull Dread. This deck can easily make this card. You can fill your board with so many different monsters, so Surge will definitely help you unbrick some of your hands if you need it. One Borreload Dragon as usual. You know, it's one of my favorite Link 4, so why not? And Borreload will be in Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge, so I can't wait for that. Alright, so moving on to my Xyz, got Dulka, Solemn Strike, Lagia, Solemn Warning, or technically Solemn Judgment, Abyss Dweller, Tornado Dragon, and Gustav Max. And for my Synchros, now that bringing out Alo is so much easier thanks to Miscellaneousaurus, I got so many options now. We got Chambara, the Churia Beast to negate spells, and Trishula. Like, you gotta have your Trishula. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Now moving on to the side deck. So this is one of the reasons why I'm not running Kaijus in the main deck. So, but first, for my Kaijus that I'm actually running in the side are 2 Dogoran, Kumongus, Gamma Seal, and of course my Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers. I felt like this was correct, or rather incorrect now, because like the Kaijus felt bricky. Like I didn't really open up with any of my combo pieces when I main decked any Kaijus, even just the 2 Dogorans by themselves. I was just constantly bricking. I wasn't getting anywhere. But when you side them out and actually focus on your main dinosaurs, the ones that you actually need to combo off, then I was winning more. So my situation is that depending on your matchup, like let's say you're up against Sky Sugar, you definitely want to reduce maybe your Tyrannos and your Quatlus down like at least enough to that way you can make room for the Kaijus, and then just give your opponent the Kaiju. That way they can't activate their spells and traps. And then again, this is Sky Striker. So I think depending on your matchup, depending on what you're up against, Kaijus are better off on the side, not on the main deck. So, and that's just my personal preference. Like, again, I just wasn't winning enough with them in the main, so that's why I decided to side them out. So, I mean, to me, that's just how it is. But let me know in the comments on what you guys think. Next up, 3 Twin Twisters. 3 evenly matched, which will definitely have a powerful matchup against the Mystic Mind Burn. It's also really good against Draco, Endymion, Pendulum. Just any deck that's just built around filling up their boards, and this card just punishes them. And then lastly, Red Reboot. I mean, it's pretty standard. Alright. Well, anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch you guys again next time.